Hey guys, so I have been trying to film this video like two or three times already, and the last video I tried to make, somebody started knocking at my door, and as I looked down at the clock to end the time, it was 11:44 for the recording, and I was like, okay guys, listen. So, and as I look down at the timer, it's 22 seconds. So, what I want to say is, well, I was kind of hesitant at first because it is a very stressful ass journey being on this twin flame shit. And I know a lot of you guys can relate. I know a lot of you guys understand. So, yeah. So, long story short, if you guys watch my twin flame journey video, you guys know that my twin was off in Germany for soccer at the time being. He did live here beforehand, but then he moved to Germany. And somebody that we know in the gym mutually had told me at this point, back then we weren't in communication, and um, we this person told me that knows my twin as well was like, "Oh, did you know your twin's coming back?" They don't know that he's my twin. Nobody knows that he's my twin except me and him, and then my best friend. But um, they were like, "Oh, did you know so and so's coming back?" And I had the idea that my twin was coming back, but I didn't know when, and I didn't know if we were gonna talk or whatever. But needless to say, he randomly showed up at my house last weekend, and it brought up hella emotions because I obviously wasn't expecting him to show up at my house. I had no idea when he was coming. I had no idea if we were even going to speak when he came, or like, I don't want to say I knew we were coming. I knew when I heard that he was coming back that it was for physical union to fully manifest, but I didn't know when we would speak and when he was coming back. So I wasn't expecting him to just randomly show up at my house when he did. So a lot has occurred in the past week that has shown me a lot, and my team is really guiding me to speak it to you guys now, because at first I wasn't going to say anything because I wanted to figure out what the fuck was going on with me. That way, I'm not coming on here telling you guys um, just, whatever. So I guess I wanted to gain some more information as to what the hell was going on with me. So I saw my twin last weekend randomly, right? All week, what I've learned is that divine feminines need to make sure that you are being grounded every single freaking day. No matter what, ground yourself. If you get up in the morning early, go stand in the grass for a couple of minutes, or connect to Mother Earth, listen to some grounding music, wear red. I don't Ground yourself. Make sure that you are grounding yourself constantly. It is that important to stay grounded, because seeing him, I was like this, and all of a sudden my shit was just my shit was going in motherfucking circles almost for a second. I had to collect myself and be like, "You need to calm down." So I just want to say, oh God, that's reminds me. So there's a lot that I have to say. We'll start off with the feminines. So divine feminines, make sure that you are staying grounded. And another thing, divine feminine, is that make sure that you are being in your divine power. Make sure that you are being in your divinity. Make sure that you are saying affirmations or practicing being in the divinity, being in your divine power, whether you do meditation every day, affirmations. I meditate and I do affirmations every day, because I feel it's that important. So, divine feminines also need to make sure that you are being open and receptive. That's another thing that I have been getting majorly this week is the divine feminines need to make sure that you're being open and receptive. I'm an Aries, and although I might be the divine feminine, if I don't see shit moving, if I don't see shit going forward, if in my physical reality, I'm the type of person that I'll be like, okay, things aren't gonna move, then I'll make things move my damn self. But I have been strongly urged to just be open and receptive and to not make things happen, um, because sometimes I like to control things. I feel like if I feel like I don't see any sort of movement, so that might not be for everybody, but you need to make sure that you are being open and receptive. Nonetheless, every night I have been saying it as an affirmation in my prayer that I'm open and I'm receptive to all that the universe has in store for me. And I get into specific details about things that I would like and whatnot, or things that are very important to me. But that's for the divine feminines. As for the divine masculines, goddamn. So I have been shown this week through, after seeing my twin and all of that, that the divine masculines are like, they're scared. They're, as you saw earlier, before I drank, I had like a tickle in my throat when I was thinking about the divine masculine, because the divine masculines, I feel like, want to express themselves, but I feel as if the divine masculine is having trouble to express himself because some of them are still in an ego-based like mindset, or they're still coming from their ego, they're coming from the fear. So it's making it harder for them to express themselves, but I feel like they want to express themselves. All week I've been feeling like confusion, um, kind of like stress, anxiousness, fear every day when I wake up. So I know some of it had been coming from me after seeing my twin, because I mean, obviously I wasn't expecting my twin to show up. So it had thrown my emotions out and caused me to do some triggering and some healing throughout the week. But with my twin, like every day I wake up, I knew that a lot of the energy wasn't coming from my end that I was feeling. So a lot of the divine masculines right now I feel are struggling with fear. And so if you're a divine masculine watching this, I just want to like let you know I'm sending you compassion and healing energy right now, because it is, I understand the difficulty of fears, especially a lot of the divine feminines understand the difficulty of facing your fear, as a lot of us had to face a hell of a lot of fears over the past half of year. I know I did a lot of my inner healing and all of that. So I feel like the divine masculines are about, like, they're doing this healing phase now that the divine feminines already did, but I feel like things are really, really happening. What came to me was the vision that I had earlier in the week, last week, was I had walked through the door, and first it was like both me and my masculine, and we were both, the door open for the both of us, and we are both kind of like reaching behind the door, but it was scary, so we were like, I don't know about all that. So, but I apparently stepped through the door first. So I feel like the divine feminines are kind of like feeling out right now what's going on. And then the divine masculines, like in the vision, like he was still kind of feeling behind the door to see if it was okay. And another thing I saw, this has to do with, we're purging out cycles right now. Like I got that heavily, like this morning and last night. Everything that's been going on, we're purging out cycles. So if you think that you're, if you think you took a step back, everything is actually moving forward, whether it appears to be that way or not. Everything is moving forward. Everything is everything that's happening in this moment right now is actually jolting us forward, I feel like, because that's the biggest thing that I got, because some things had occurred this week with me and my twin, and I'm just like universe, I wasn't expecting these things to happen. This wasn't how I had expected our reunion to be like. And what I got from it after I, got my shit back under control was that the masculines, I feel like obviously as a divine feminine, both energies are completing the cycles, I feel. But I feel like the primary focus for completing the cycles, or the biggest cycles, are mostly the divine masculines, that they're completing and purging out for like real. So what I learned from that is that the divine, like, I was like, there's no way that all of this shit is happening after all that hard ass work that I done did, right? And what I got after all of that, and after I settled the hell down, was that, um, like, it actually, even though it appeared in the moment to be like a step back, it actually was a jump forward, because it allowed us to release the energy that was being pent up or boiling or held between us. Now we can move forward, um, and grow and whatnot. So there is a lot of energy, old karmic energy and shit being released right now. And what I saw it was like, we go through these cycles, and we start off in the circles fucking huge, right? The cycle's huge. And as we get closer and closer, everything, the circles get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then at the end of the cycle, it's like going through a funnel, like you just boop, like you're out of it all of a sudden. So that's what I saw was going on this week. The cycle that I saw, whether I feel like we're in the part where we're about to exit the funnel now, like the smallest circle. So I feel like things are happening like this at this point. Like the cycles that we've been in are like, yeah, some things are similar, but we're at the point now where it's like, okay, this was similar, but it's over with now. So that's what's going on. Divine masculines, I feel as if they're really, really struggling. I don't want to say really struggling. Um, they are struggling, though, to express themselves. They're struggling to face their fears, I feel. This is obviously for those that like this resonates with, but the divine masculines are struggling to let go of that ego still, and they are struggling to come into the heart space. I can tell that they want to. I can tell that the divine masculines want to express themselves. I can tell that the divine masculines are like wanting to move forward with the feminine, with the divine feminine, with their divine feminine, but because of the ego still being in the way, like not like being completely dead, and because of the purging of the old cycles, like it's a mixture of energies right now that are causing this struggle. So divine feminines, it's important for you to stay balanced, so that way it can help the masculine energy be balanced as well within yourself, also with your divine masculine. Whether you guys are in communication or not, it's important. So I think that's all that I have for right now. I'm sending so much love and compassion to the divine masculines right now, because I see it with my own divine masculine, what is going on. But yeah. Divine feminines, also, I love you guys too. Shout out to my fellow sisters. Y'all have been working so hard. We have been working so hard. And we deserve the absolute best life for us. And yes. So I love you guys. And I think that's all I have for now. I might come back later this week and do a reading. I'm not quite sure. I don't feel really guided to do a reading because I just don't feel it. But yes, if I do have any energy updates, I will let you guys know. But feminines, stay grounded. Masculines, work on releasing your fear and your ego, baby. But love you guys.